This is the Phillies Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Philadelphia Phillies. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
They don't ask how, they ask how many. How about that? Your Philadelphia Phillies win on a walk-off catcher's interference. There was a walk-off wild pitch about 2 months ago. This is obviously 10 times weirder than that, as the Phillies are the first team to win on a walk-off, I heard on the broadcast, since 1971. First time they won on a walk-off catcher's interference. And here's what I don't understand. In all honesty, it was so blatantly obvious that there was catcher's interference. So blatantly obvious that there was catcher's interference. I don't know what Quinn Walcott was looking at, the home plate umpire. I honestly don't know how he would have missed that. It had to have made a sound. It had to have made a sound off after it went off Narvaez's mitt when Sosa swung his bat, I guess, and nothing. And I love, T-Mac was all over this. Credit to him. He said Mike Calitri there, the bench coach there for the Phillies, like jumped off the bench like, what are you doing? They reviewed it. Sure enough, bases loaded, catcher's interference. Phillies win the game 3-2 in 10 innings. Max Lazar, credit to him, gets his first big league win. That's awesome for him. Congratulations to him. And the Phillies didn't have to put the ball in play. They didn't have to make literally the thing that was contacted the most was the Narvaez's catcher's mitt. How about that? Either way, Phillies get the victory. Welcome in. This is Locked On Phillies Postcast and Locked On Phillies YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being along for the ride. So much to get into in this game. Oh, my goodness gracious. This was incredible. Let's jump right into it when it comes to just about everything else when it comes to this ball game, including...
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
I got to split it. I honestly got to split it. I got to look at Max Lazar, and I got to look at Zack Wheeler. Now, Zack Wheeler, you look at a start by Zack Wheeler that is a 10 strikeout, 2-run start. That's what he did tonight. 6 innings, 105 pitches, 10 strikeouts, 2 runs. 2 runs earned. That's it. If you're looking at 105 pitches, though, from Zack Wheeler, you usually think he at least went 7, right? No, he went 6. And still, although did not have, he had to labor, 105 pitches. Yes, he had 10 strikeouts. A lot of 7-pitch at-bats. There are very few quick at-bats there against him today. But when he really needed to pull back and use that put-away pitch, when he needed to unleash fury, use the sweeper a lot tonight, use the curveball again tonight, certainly use the sinker tonight. But the sweeper, as far as I was concerned, looked like his best pitch tonight, really getting guys to chase after that ball and getting to chase out well outside the strike zone, as a matter of fact. So Zack Wheeler would be my number one guy. Only 2 runs, 10 strikeouts. That's taking a lot of work on your own back and not leaving it up to anybody else. After that, I do have to look at Max Lazar for what he was able to do tonight for the Fightin' Phils. How about that for him? Oh, that's from way back when. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong box. I'm looking at the last time the Phillies had the walk-off pitch back on April 29th. That's what I'm looking at. And I'm like, that's not right. Orion Kirkering wouldn't have gotten the win tonight. That's what I was actually looking up, because I was like, was it a walk-off balk or was it a walk-off wild pitch? I couldn't remember. Walk-off wild pitch back 2 months ago now. But Max Lazar, yes, picks up his first win, gets 2 strikeouts, needed just 10 pitches, and he was ice cold. Not ice cold in a bad way, but just throwing frigid stuff up there on the mound. From the mound in the 10th inning there. You saw him get Duran there on the cut fastball. Bregman grounded out to short on a nice play by Trey Turner. You had the go-ahead runner on third base then with 2 outs, and he's able to get the knuckle curve, getting Anthony, the hotshot prospect, on just 3 pitches. He drops the knuckle curve on him. He didn't know what to do with it at the big league level. Sat him down. And then, look, in all honesty, I go, all right, they got Brandon Marsh coming in to be on second base. If you can't bring Brandon Marsh home from second base, Kemp's probably going to try to lay down a bunt. He did not work. He worked a walk, though. Max Kepler got up there with 2 runners on. He looked like he tried to drop down a bunt as well, pulled back. Later, a wild pitch in the inning. They automatically now with first base open, they walk him. And this just set up everything beautifully for Edmundo Sosa, who, by the way, was down in the count 0-2 to start things off, but stayed alive, baby. And that helped the Phillies not only get the win, but also help get Max Lazar the win as well. Now, the other thing is Max Lazar, you need to see that guy come in out of the bullpen and throw good stuff, not give him an opportunity, really didn't give him much of an opportunity. And look, we're looking for bullpen help, obviously. If it could start with some guys in-house being better, Max Lazar is the perfect guy to look at, because you're looking at a guy that he even mentioned it during his post-game interview. You're looking at a guy who had been pitching earlier in ball games, not high leverage situations, eat up some innings. The starter only went 4 innings, 5 innings. You need someone to bridge the gap between the 6th and 7th. He was the guy to do it. And ever since then, he has just worked his way up the totem pole to be one of the last guys that you are going to roll out in the game in a high leverage spot. Now, look, the 10th inning, you obviously waited. It was a 2-2 ball game. You didn't put him in the highest of leverage spots earlier when you thought the top of the order guys were going to come through. And unfortunately, that didn't happen today. But when it came to him coming in that 10th inning, that is a very high leverage situation. And they were able to help him out. He helped himself in the top of the 10th, bottom of the 10th. Phillies actually showed patience. They showed some patience. They didn't force the bunt. Otto Kemp wasn't, out there, like just wild trying to lay down a bunt. No, he recognized what was happening. He even got a hook from Hicks. A hook when the guy's trying to bunt. What are you doing? Anyway. And then the Phillies just, again, showed patience after that. And then wise. Look, if I didn't know any better, I would say that Edmundo Sosa looked like he was trying to get the catcher's mitt in that situation. It was late. The ball had already crossed the plate. It's like, oh, it's right there. Dink. Oh, Miss Guzzi. Yeah. Forces in a run on catcher's interference. Oh, I don't know how that happened. Either way, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So 2 players of the game. I'll go 3. I will throw Sosa into the mix 100%. Believe it or not, earlier in this ball game, there was a wee bit of a turning point.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
4th inning. Phillies are down 1-0. Their offense isn't getting anything cooking. Their offense isn't getting anything going here. Kyle Schwarber starts out that 4th inning with a sinker, looking at a sinker away. Struck out on that one. Bryce Harper steps up there. He gets the double to right field, absolutely laced it. Nick Castellanos then comes up following him. He puts a single to left center field. That brings home Bryce Harper. All of a sudden, you got a 1-1 ball game. Hey, way to go, Phillies, scoring runs. This is fun. And then JT Realmuto comes up. During his at-bat, he gets a wild pitch. That puts Castellanos in scoring position. And JT Realmuto extends his hitting streak now to 9 games as he gets a single to center field that brings home Nick Castellanos. It goes from a 1-0 game in that inning then into 2-1 Phillies lead, and you're feeling good about the world. Unfortunately, in the 6th inning, they did get another run off Zack Wheeler, but he was able to quiet the storm after that. He had a 1st and 3rd situation with 1 out. It was, again, Abreu on a 1-2 sinker, sat him down with that. And then Rafaela, he struck out chasing that sweeper that I mentioned earlier. He swears to goodness sakes he didn't go. I went back and I watched it in super slow-mo. I don't think he went. They never showed the side angle of it. I don't think he went, but whatever. Simple as that. Later in the game, it came back to bite the Phillies a little bit as JT Realmuto was up there late in the game. He thought he actually stayed alive, fouling off a changeup. They said that he did not make contact with it, that he offered at it in the dirt. He swung at it in the dirt, no foul tip. Ended up going down as a strikeout. I thought he foul tipped it, in all honesty. I thought he got a little piece of it. The trajectory of it changed a little bit. That only would do it if there was a hit, if there was some kind of contact with the bat. Either way, when the umpires needed to be there at the end of the game, they still weren't. The Phillies had to tell them to be there at the end of the game, and that's the way it worked. But that was the turning point. You go back to that 4th inning for the Phils when they were able to put up 2 runs in that inning and get some of the bats going, so that was a great thing. As far as what you'll be talking about tomorrow,
this is what you'll be talking about.
2 words: catcher's interference. That's what you'll be talking about tomorrow, no doubt. When we come back, there was a move made shortly after yesterday's show that is not a team-saving move. It is not an earth-shattering move, but I still think it is a good move, as long as it's not the only move. You all know what I'm talking about already. Back after this. Let me tell you about SupplyHouse.com. If you guys take advantage of SupplyHouse.com, get the supplies you need from the site made for the skilled trades. Supply House at SupplyHouse.com. Whether you're in plumbing, HVAC, or electrical supplies, how about this? Supply House is a reliable way to order products online. Their easy-to-use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product info to help you get the job done right. Plus, with a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400-plus top brands, you'll find exactly what you need delivered fast from coast to coast. Need help with an order? Supply House offers expert support and industry-leading service, so you'll always talk to a real person. And for the trade professionals looking for that extra edge, the free Trade Master program offers exclusive perks like dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order from supplyhouse.com. You can join the Trade Master program today at supplyhouse.com/TM and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks. So use promo code SH5 for 5% off your first order at supplyhouse.com. Summer sports in full swing, people. And whether you're all about baseball under the lights, maybe catcher's interference in a walk-off fashion, first time since 1971, FanDuel's got you covered. Oh, and they are fantastic. They are already keeping the action going all summer long. I've been using FanDuel to track my favorite matchups, and the app makes it fresh with new daily promotions and fun ways to bet every day. Easy to use, fast payouts, which we all love. Makes every regular season game feel like a must-watch event. Whether I'm placing a same-game parlay or watching a bet right into the ninth inning, FanDuel makes it feel like I'm part of the action. And if you're new to FanDuel, new customers can bet just $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. That's $150 in bonus bets when your first bet wins. Open the FanDuel app today or visit FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com. David Robertson. Third time's a charm is the joke I'm sure you've heard a million times already. Set to join the Phillies again in August, early August, after a rehab assignment in AAA. I'm fine with it. Here's my issue. Look, the Phillies bullpen, we can't sit here and bitch and moan and cry, complain, point out the obvious that the bullpen needs help, and then they get somebody that, yes, absolutely could help them and go, don't like it. Well, look, this can't be it. This is a step up. Would I rather see him than like a Seth Johnson, for instance? Would I rather see him than like a Daniel Robert, for instance? Yes, I would rather see that. I'd rather see David Robertson come in. Is it a guarantee? No, obviously not. But this can't be it. We can't look back months from now on the 2025 season and go, David Robertson, that's it? That's all they were going to get at the deadline? Are you serious? I can't believe that's all they got. They got all this money invested in this team. Last go around with Kyle Schwarber. And this is how you're going to show them that you're just committed to winning? I don't think so. Not with David Robertson. What else are you going to do? Mason Miller's name has come up again. Thank you, Ken Rosenthal, for that little nugget of information. Last year, not so fast. This year, we're in on it. Now, look, is he having the year he was having last year? No. But this is also a nice little example here of Dave Dombrowski realizing, I got a bit of a fire lit under me bum. I got to go get that closer. So if you're telling me that in August you could have David Robertson in this bullpen, okay, better than some of the guys that you already have. I get it. Upgraded some spots, fine. Oh, Mason Miller's here too? Whoopity-doo! Then I'm excited. Oh, and you also throw, I don't know, maybe Stephen Kwan into the mix as well, then all right, we're making moves. We're making moves, Dave Dombrowski. We're making moves. All right, let's get into the chat check and see how you guys are feeling on this fine Monday night with the Phillies getting the 3-2 win over the Boston Red Sox. Jess Patrick, I'd like to see some more plate discipline that I'm seeing tonight. So far, too many 4 or fewer pitch at bats, especially down in the order. Yeah, not ideal. Not ideal. Morgan Landy, you are a great pitcher when you don't have your best stuff and you go 6 innings with 10 strikeouts. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Seabrook 9, hello. This offense is bad. They make Wheeler and Bueller matchup look competitive, 2 ERA versus 6 ERA. Right? Had that same thought as well. Especially, by the way, to who was it? Was it Morgan that made the point or was it Jess that made the point of the 2 fewer at bats? Yeah, Jess made the point. Okay. Wheeler was at 58 pitches in the 4th inning. Starting the 4th inning, it was at 58 pitches. Walker Bueller started the 6th inning at 67 pitches. Come on, man. And Bueller's not very good this year, as we all, I think, know by now. Joseph Grillo, hello. Nicky's 9th inning, nothing burger again. What did he do in that 9th inning again? Oh, the Cassie. Oh, yeah. 3-pitch strikeout. See you later. Lazar. There you go. Now I'm hearing someone in Boston say it. I can't believe Lazar came in and got the Lazar. Who's Lazar? Where'd he come from? What a way to win a game, says Jerry Von Skyver. Absolutely. Max Lazar stepping up. Lazar. JDM, we're back, baby. We are back, baby. Oh, yeah, the Mets were losing. Did the Mets lose? In the pandemonium and excitement of everything, I didn't even bother to check. Looking. Talk amongst yourselves. Ah, damn it. Mets won. 7-5. How the hell they do that? They're not supposed to win. They suck. Oh, Fermin blew it. Thanks, bro. 2-run bottom of the 8th inning. 3-run bottom of the 7th. 5 runs in those 2 innings. Damn Angels. Philly and A. Bah! Imagine if the Phillies win the NL East by a game and a half. Max had great stuff in the 10th. He absolutely did. Signing Robertson better mean that Dave still needs another arm. Absolutely, I concur. Harrison Bader from Minnesota. No, we can talk. Player of the game, Red Sox catcher's mitt, says K Knight. Thank you. Narvaez, tough night. Yeah, a little bit. But Star Wars. We needed this, but Angels gave up the lead. Yes, they did. That sucks. Faxi, I hate the phantom runner that's so T-ball. Yeah, softball, really? This is what I tell people about the pitch clock. This is what I tell people about the phantom ghost runner on second base, whatever. This is what I always tell people. I don't like more so the fact that this is what baseball has evolved. That this is what baseball has evolved to. Obviously, I've talked about it many times. Growing up, you'd see guys do their best, try to go 9 innings. That was awesome. We all heard about what was his name, Jack Morris, with the Twins, like a 10 inning game he pitched in like the World Series or something. That's all incredible stuff, but that's the way of the dodo. That's not the way it is anymore. So this is what baseball has evolved to now. They need a pitch timer. They need a 3-batter rule. They certainly need that. And they need a ghost runner on second base in extra innings because they don't want to be burning their bullpens, and they don't want somebody to come out here like Danny Baez did that one time and pitch like 3 innings when he hadn't pitched more than like an inning in like 5 years or whatever the hell it was. Danny Baez. Remember that? Good times. Ken, Edmundo Rulebook Sosa helping the ump and topper out with catcher's interference. Wicked Pissa. Nicky 2 buttons. 9th inning. That was horrendous. Yeah, it was not great. Oh, Mickey Moniak's lighting it up for Colorado. Thank you, Jeremy. I haven't looked at that. Ken, thank you for your mention, by the way. Smash. Oh, that's very nice, Connor. Thank you. Why are 16 people waiting and there are 0 likes? Come on, people. Connor, that's very nice. Appreciate that. Yeah, feel free to hit that like button. Dumbest way to win a baseball game, but I'll take it. Yeah, I don't care. Stack the W's, please. Bam Man. Trey with some great defense today. He did have some great defense at shortstop today. John, hello, I'll take the win, but those bats are, yeah, I'll agree. 3-run game does not make me feel all warm and fuzzy inside, okay? Here's what I do like, though. I really like the idea of Bryce Harper continuing to hit baseballs. Nice doubles today, 2 doubles for him. Yeah, I'm here for that. Anthony, yes, Walker Buehler is better than his ERA, and the Phillies should have done better against him today, absolutely. But yeah, I think I don't know. Look, this lineup just isn't good. I mean, look, here's the deal. I don't have the box score in today, unfortunately, but 2 runs yesterday, 3 runs today, technically, but you needed 10 innings and a catcher interference and a ghost runner on second base to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and put not a whole lot of stock into this one. Trey Turner's average is now down to 286. It had been around 300 for a couple months, so now you're seeing that dip a little bit. Kyle Schwarber, 0 for 4 today with a strikeout. Look, he's got 32 home runs. I'm not going to bitch and moan about Kyle Schwarber. Bryce Harper got you 2 base knocks today. Castellanos got you a base knock today and an RBI. JT Realmuto is hitting 9 straight games. Brandon Marsh Maintaining his average that he's had over the last 2 months of about a 280 to 300 batting average. Definitely want to see him keep that going. Otto Kemp still has to produce more. Max Kepler has been an absolute black hole at the dish. Bryson Stott has been an absolute black hole at the dish. Edmundo Sosa gets one at bat today and gets you a base knock. Or excuse me, two, technically, I guess, or would it be a plate appearance? Yeah, whatever it was. Steps to the plate twice, helps you twice. Got a hit, got an RBI. He gets credit for the RBI, I believe, for catcher's interference as well. How about that? That's a fun day. That's a fun day at the office. Fun day at the office. Jason, when's the trade deadline? July 31st. Jason A., what's good, Farzy? Everything. Except the Angels. The Angels are not good. Phillies walk off the Red Sox in the funniest way possible. This offense still sucks. That's a great way to say it. Jason Farzy, give us a preview of your show, my favorite show, before 8 a.m. Show's supposed to start at 6. Usually starts like 6:30, 6:45. Yeah, not that good at being on time for it. It's the traffic. It's the traffic, let me tell you. The cats won't get out of the way. Also, your thoughts on the amazing Eagle Super Bowl ring. It's incredible. Absolutely awesome. The Eagle Super Bowl ring's so sick. James Alexander. Hey, what's up, James? That was the wildest ending ever. First time since 1971. How about that? Thanks, everybody in the chat. You guys are great. As per usual, Phillies are going to be back at it tomorrow. This one's also going to be on TBS, by the way. They are 57-43 now on the year. As for tomorrow night's matchup, what you're going to see is Christopher Sanchez against Richard Fitz. Fitz is 1-3 on the season with a 4.28 ERA. Sanchez 8-2 with a 2.50 ERA on the season. Both these pitchers have given up 7 home runs on the year. That's much more of a brag for Christopher Sanchez than it is for Richard Fitz, 25-year-old right-handed pitcher, making his 9th start this season. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. JDM, we're back, baby. Yeah, we're so back. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Back with you guys tomorrow. I look forward to it. In the meantime, make sure you guys hit like and subscribe on the Locked On Phillies YouTube channel. I got you covered for your Locked On Phillies postcasts. Connor Thomas has you covered each and every day for your Locked On Phillies daily podcast. Once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hit like and subscribe. Back with you guys tomorrow night. See you then. Bye.